We decided to remodel our kitchen because when we bought this house, that seemed the place that we spent the most time, but it was extremely dated and it really just needed to be brightened up, and we felt the best way to do that was with a full-on remodel. The biggest thing we were looking for with a remodeler was someone who had a lot of experience, someone who had excellent recommendations online. We chose McLennan because I looked at their online website. I saw immediately some beautiful before and after photos. And then, of course, once I talked to Tim, it was done. He was just so open, welcoming, knowledgeable, and he just was the whole package. The process was pretty seamless, but it was different from any other contracting experience we'd had in the past. My favorite part was actually shopping and going out and finding all the different elements that would be incorporated into our new kitchen. So everything from flooring to lighting, countertops, they covered everything. And it was so comprehensive that we knew at the time of design what the finished product would look like. And so there was no worries that it wouldn't be something that we would love. We knew we had chosen the right contractor because we had done just a couple other projects previous to our kitchen. But we knew the kitchen was going to be way more involved, so we were looking for someone with more sophistication and more expertise. And we knew we had it when Tim came the first time to visit with us to tell us what the possibilities were. He had a great vision, imagination, and his engineering background. He was able to tell us what we could do, things that we didn't imagine would be possible. And I think our main issues were it was very dark in here and the flow was incorrect. So when Tim came up with the idea of reusing some of our cabinetry and turning what was a peninsula into an island, blew my mind. So we were actually being economical, and I already loved the cabinetry and I hated to see them go into a dump or something. So it was nice that we could reuse so much of the beautiful cabinetry, just rearrange it, paint it, and it's just better than I could have imagined. We're delighted with the ideas and suggestions he came up with. He worked with us and our budget to modify our grandiose dreams and brought them into a level that we could easily afford and really brought out the beautiful structure of our kitchen. There's a long hallway that you come down from the front door. That part of the house hasn't really been updated, and it's a little darker. So I feel as I'm walking down that hallway and then as I enter the kitchen, it's like that scene from The Wizard of Oz where when Dorothy wakes up in the Munchkin land, it all of a sudden comes into color, and that's what it feels like walking into my kitchen. It feels like, look where we are now. I think McLennan is set apart from other companies because of their family atmosphere. I mean, you go into their office and there's dogs that greet you and everyone's happy to help, but it's the whole atmosphere of cooperation. Everybody worked together beautifully, and I'll tell you what, I also knew we had the right team because they cleaned up so well at the end of every day. There was like nothing left behind. Everything was so tidy. And they got it done lickety-split. It was a month, beginning to end, and I just never dreamed it could be so quick and efficient. I think my favorite thing about my kitchen now is how bright and light it is. When my whole family is here, the flow is uninterrupted. To turn a peninsula into an island means you can get all the way around, you can work from both sides, and just the suggestions that were made about raising the oven from the floor to hip height so that you can easily put things in and take them out, things I wouldn't have thought of. I certainly do recommend McLennan, and I have invited people into my home to show them the work that McLennan has done for me. It was flawless. And I don't use that term lightly. They were just a very efficient, well-run, well-organized, and the guys actually seemed happy working here. I have recommended them, and I always will. If I needed anything else done, that's the call I'm making.